with their mother. One day the mother bear made some delicious porridge, but it was too hot, so she said, and off they went into the woods. While they were gone, along came a little boy named Gordon who had terrible manners. He knocked on the door, and even though nobody said come in, he went in anyway. And while he was in there, he saw 3 bowls of porridge, and even though he didn't have permission, he tried the porridge in the first bowl, and he said,
"This is too hot."
So he tried the porridge in the next bowl, and he said,
"This is too cold."
And he tried the porridge in the last bowl, and he said,
"That's right."
And soon he had eaten it all up. And he was feeling a little full and tired, so he went into the living room where he saw 3 chairs. He sat in the first chair, and he said,
"This is too hard."
So he sat in the next chair, and he said,
"This is too soft."
And he sat in the last chair, and he said,
"This is just right."
And while he was sitting there, he heard a loud crack, and the chair broke into a million pieces. Then he went into their bedroom because he was just too curious. He saw 3 beds. He laid down in the first bed, and he said,
"This is too hard."
So he tried the next bed, and he said,
"This is too soft."
And he tried the last bed, and he said,
"This is just right."
and soon he was fast asleep. Just about then, along came the 3 bears back from their walk. Papa Bear looked at his bowl, and he said, my porridge. And Mama Bear looked at her bowl and said, somebody's been eating my porridge. And Baby Bear looked at her bowl and said,
"Someone's been eating my porridge and ate it all up."
and they went into their living room. They were suspicious. There you go. Papa Bear looked at his chair and he said, somebody's been sitting in my chair. And Mama Bear looked at her chair and said, somebody's been sitting in my chair. And Baby Bear looked at her chair and said,
"Someone's been sitting in my chair and broke it."
Then they went into their bedroom. Papa Bear looked at his bed and he said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. And Mama Bear looked at her bed and said, somebody's been sitting in my bed. And Baby Bear looked at her bed and said, Baby. What does Baby say, Jenna? Somebody's been sleeping in my bed, and she's still there. It's still there. Gordon woke up and saw 3 bears looking at him. He went, and he never bothered the 3 bears again. All right, Gordon, go back out. Remember what you do if people think you did a good job?